In today's video, I'm going to lay out the pros and the cons of living in Wheaton, Illinois. Coming from a resident myself and somebody that has a real estate team here, I'm working each and every day trying to find out why people want to live here and maybe reasons why they don't want to live here. So I'm going to share those with you. Before jumping in, if you want to know more about Wheaton or you're considering a move here, set up a 15-minute discovery call with our team. The link's in the description below. So jumping right in, one of the main reasons people call out for wanting to live in Wheaton are all the parks and green space. There's over 800 acres alone of forest preserves and parks in Wheaton, over 50 parks in total, and there's just an embarrassment of riches. I mean, where I grew up in Michigan, we had to go to the local elementary school if we wanted to play. Now we have probably 10 parks within walking distance of our house, whether it's Northside Park, Kelly Park, Triangle Park, the list is endless. It's really amazing, and that's not even counting many of the forest preserves that we have in South Wheaton, right there between Butterfield and Roosevelt. Okay, second reason is the amazing park district and park district facilities that we have. You have Rice Pool, for instance, in South Wheaton, the Granada area, which is basically a water park. It's basically a mini Blizzard Beach, and the kids just love it. They can tap into Rice Pool, or there's also another pool at Northside Park with diving boards and slides, and our kids just love it. It's very inexpensive to tap into that during the summer, and it's something our family uses, honestly, almost on a daily basis in the summertime. Third reason, the schools are amazing in Wheaton. Just go do some research on niche.com or greatschools.org. You'll see that there are no bad options as far as schools go in Wheaton. It's a great place to tap into public schools, but there's also great private schools nearby as well. You have Wheaton Academy in West Chicago, which is just a neighboring town, and you have many great options as well. There's many co-ops and homeschool options and support programs for people that are doing that. With Greenhouse in downtown Wheaton, there's just many different things you can choose from, but schools are a great reason to live in Wheaton. All right, now the cons. The first gripe that many people have with Wheaton is that the cost of living is very high. Just a few years ago, the average trading price on a house in Wheaton was in the mid 300s. Now we're over 450. The cost of homes continue to go up aggressively. So if you're a homeowner already owning here, you're probably okay with that. If you're somebody trying to move in, it may be a con, and you might get more affordable housing if you were looking in Lombard, Villa Park, Warrenville, West Chicago, Winfield, some of the neighboring towns, but it is very expensive to buy a home in Wheaton. Okay, the second reason you may not want to live here is even though it's close-ish to Chicago, it is, in my opinion, still kind of difficult to get down there. Now, Wheaton does have a couple metro stops, which makes it easy if you want to go, down to the city. But if you're trying to drive, even if you're not going during a busy time, it's still going to be about an hour to get into the city, and it could be upwards of 90 minutes or even longer, depending on what's going on. So even though you're location-wise pretty close to the city, it doesn't really feel like it's easy to tap into, in my opinion, unless you're going to ride the Metro in and out of town, which is great for commuters or people going to work. But somebody with 5 kids, and if we want to go down to the city to just try to enjoy it, to get all our junk basically on the Metro is just not possible. And so we're forced to drive, which makes it a little bit inconvenient for us personally. Okay, the third reason you may not want to live here is the reason you may not want to live in Illinois in general is the weather. We have about a 6-month-long winter in Illinois, but the summers are amazing. So if you can make it through the winter and you don't mind a slushy spring, Chicago in the summer and in the fall is just amazing, and we love it here personally. And even though we don't have warm weather, we also don't have many of the natural disasters that some people are dealing with in other parts of the country. So there's give and take, obviously, but it's really great having the Great Lakes nearby, having fresh water nearby. We have so many lakes and different things we can enjoy when it is nice. It's just too bad that you're kind of stuck inside for much of December through April, quite frankly. But Wheaton's a great place to live. Again, we are residents here. And so even though it's not all rosy, it's still a pretty great place. And I think this might tell you more than anything. We've had a handful of clients move out of Wheaton during the pandemic and have since come back and just noted how it's a very special place. And the culture is something that you can't find everywhere else. And it is a very tight-knit community without having everybody in your space either. It's good culture here, and it's a place that you would be very lucky to raise a family. My wife and I are doing that here, and we have no plans of going anywhere. And so if you want to know more, or if I didn't answer a question that you have about Wheaton, please just send us a message. We'd love to be, again, a resource for you if you're considering a move here, or if you're a resident and you want us to do a video on a topic, just let us know. We love diving into everything Wheaton. And yeah, we'll hear from you next time, of course. But until then, I'm Mike Thornton. Again, set up a 15-minute discovery call with our team if you want to know more about Wheaton, or if we can support you in any way. Thank you.